2. Love, how many roads to reach a kiss, what wandering solitude until your company. The lonely trains go on rolling with the rain. In Taltal spring has not dawned yet. But you and I, my love, are together, together from our clothes to our roots, together through fall, through water, through hips, until it is only you, only me, together. To think it took so many stones carried in the river to the mouth of the water of Baroa, to think that separated by trains and nations, you and I had simply to love each other, with all in confusion, with men and women, with the earth that brings forth and teaches the carnations. 3. Harsh love, violet crowned with thorns, a thicket made sharp between so many passions, spear of pains, corolla of rage. Through what roads and how did you find my soul? Why did you cast your painful fire suddenly between the cold leaves of my path? Who taught you the steps that would lead you to me? What flower, what stone, what smoke revealed my abode? What's true is that the frightful night did shiver, dawn filled all glasses with its wine, and the sun established its celestial presence, while cruel love surrounded me, unrelenting, until piercing me with swords and thorns, it opened in my heart a burning path. 4. You will remember that capricious waterfall where the throbbing sense climbed, from time to time a bird dressed with water and slowness, winter suit. You will remember the gifts of the earth, angered fragrance, clay of gold, herbs of the thicket, crazy roots, bewitched thorns like swords. You will remember the bouquet you brought, bouquet of shadows and water with silence, bouquet like a rock with foam. And that time was like never and always. We go there where nothing waits and find everything that is waiting. 5. I did not touch your night, nor the air, nor your dawn, only the earth, the virtue of things that grow in clusters, the apples that grow hearing pure water, the clay and the resins of your fragrant country. From Quinchmale, where your eyes were made, to your feet created for me in the frontera, you are the dark clay that I know. In your hips I touch once more all wheat. Perhaps you did not know, Araucana, that before I loved you I forgot your kisses, my heart was left remembering your mouth, and I went through the streets like one who is wounded, until I understood that I had found, love, my territory of kisses and volcanoes. 5. I did not touch your night, nor the air, nor your dawn, only the earth, the virtue of things that grow in clusters, the apples that grow hearing pure water, the clay and the resins of your fragrant country. From Quinchmale, where your eyes were made, to your feet created for me in the frontera, you are the dark clay that I know. In your hips I touch once more all wheat. Perhaps you did not know, Araucana, that before I loved you I forgot your kisses, my heart was left remembering your mouth, and I went through the streets like one who is wounded, until I understood that I had found, love, my territory of kisses and volcanoes. 7. You will come with me, I said, without anyone knowing where and how my pain was beating, and for me there was no carnation nor mariner's song, nothing but a wound opened by love. I repeated, "Come with me," as if I were dying, and no one saw in my mouth the moon that was bleeding. No one saw the blood that was rising into the silence. Oh, love, now let us forget the star with thorns. That is why when I heard your voice repeat, "You will come with me," it was as if you had unleashed pain, love, the fury of imprisoned wine that would rise from its buried vault, and once again in my mouth I felt a taste of flame, of blood and carnations, of stone and something burnt. 9. As the wave smashes against the untamed rock, clarity explodes and establishes its rose, and the circle of the sea is reduced to a bouquet, to a single drop of blue salt that falls. Oh, radiant magnolia set loose in the foam, magnetic traveler whose death blooms and eternally returns to be and to be nothing, broken salt, blinding movement of the sea. Together, you and I, my love, we seal the silence, while the sea destroys its constant statues and tears down its towers of ecstasy and whiteness. Because in the tail of these invisible threads of the raging water, of the incessant sand, we hold the only and accosted tenderness. 10. Soft is the beautiful one, as if music and wood, agate, cloth, wheat, transparent peaches had raised the fleeting statue. Towards the wave she sends out her adverse freshness. The sea wets polished feet, copies of the form just worked into the sand, and now, feminine fire of rose, one sole bubble that the sun and sea fight against. Oh, may nothing touch you but the salt of the cold, may not even love destroy the untouched spring. Beautiful one, echo of the indelible foam, let your hips impose on the water a new measure of swan or water lily, and let your statue navigate over the eternal crystal. I have hunger for your mouth, for your voice, for your hair, and through streets I go not nourishing myself, quiet. Bread does not sustain me, the dawn drives me mad. I look for the liquid sound of your feet in the day. I am hungry for your laugh that slips, for your hands the color of a furious harvest. I have hunger for the pale stone of your fingernails. I want to eat your skin like an untouched almond. I want to eat the sunbeam burnt in your beauty, the sovereign nose of the arrogant face. I want to eat the fleeting shadow of your lashes, and hungry I come and go, sniffing the twilight, looking for you, looking for your hot heart, like a puma in the solitude of Quitratu. Full woman, carnal apple, hot moon, thick smell of seaweed, mud and light crushed up. What dark clarity opens up between your columns? What ancient night does man touch with his senses? Oh, loving is a voyage with water and with stars, with drowned air and rough tempests of flower. Loving is a battle of lightning bolts and two bodies by one honey subdued. Kiss by kiss I course your small infinity, your edges, your rivers, your tiny villages, and the genital fire, transformed into light, runs through the narrow paths of blood until it casts itself like a nocturnal carnation, until it is and is not but a ray in the shadows. I love the piece of earth you are, because in all the planetary prairies I do not have another star. You repeat the multiplication of the universe. Your wide eyes are the light I have of the vanquished constellations. Your skin pulses like the roads which the meteor follows in the rain. Of so much moon were your hips to me, of all the sun your deep mouth and its delight, of so much burning light like honey in the shade, your heart burnt by long red rays. And this way I follow the fire of your form kissing you, small and planetary, dove and geography. I do not love you as if you were a salt rose, a topaz, or an arrow of carnations that spread fire. I love you like certain dark things are loved, secretly, between the shadow and the soul. I love you like the plant that does not bloom and carries in itself, hidden, the light of those flowers, and thanks to your love, the tight aroma that arose from the earth lives darkly in my body. I love you without knowing how, nor when, nor from where. I love you directly without problems or pride. I love you this way because I know no other way to love. Only in this way in which I am not and you are not, so close that your hand upon my chest is mine, so close that your eyes close with my sleep. XXI. Oh, let all love propagate its mouth in me. Let it suffer not a moment more without spring. I sold nothing but my hands to sorrow. Now, beloved, leave me with your kisses. Cover the light of the open month with your aroma. Close the doors with your hair. And as for me, do not forget that if I wake and cry, it is because in dreams I am only a lost boy, who looks through the leaves of the night for your hands, the touch of wheat that you pass on to me, a blinding rapture of shadow and energy. Oh, beloved, and there is nothing but shadows where you accompany me in your dreams and tell me the hour of light. XXII. How many times, love, I loved you without seeing you, and maybe without recollection, not recognizing your glance, not looking at you, a centaur in adverse regions, in a burning midday. You were just the scent of the grains I love. Perhaps I saw you, I imagined you in passing, lifting a glass an angle, by the light of the moon in June, or you were the waste of that guitar I played in the darkness, and it sounded like the excessive sea. I loved you without knowing it, and I looked for your memory. In the empty houses I entered with a lantern to steal your portrait, but I already knew how you were. Suddenly, while you were there with me, I touched you and my life stopped. Before my eyes you were ruling me, and you reign. Like a bonfire in the forests, fire is your kingdom. "25. Before loving you, love, nothing was mine. I hesitated through streets and things. Nothing mattered or had a name. The world was of the air that I awaited. I knew ashen halls, tunnels inhabited by the moon, cruel hangars that bid farewell, questions that insisted in the sand. Everything was empty, dead, and mute, fallen, abandoned, and decrepit. Everything was an inalienable other. Everything was of others and of no one, until your beauty and your poverty filled the autumn with gifts." "27. Naked, you are as simple as one of your hands, smooth, earthly, minimal, small, transparent. You have lines of moon, roads of apple. Naked, you are slender like the naked wheat. Naked, you are blue like the night in Cuba. You have vines and stars in your hair. Naked, you are enormous and yellow, like the summer in a church of gold. Naked, you are small like one of your fingernails, curved, subtle, rosy until the day is born and you go into the underground of the world, as if into a long tunnel of clothes and chores. Your clarity fades, gets dressed, sheds its leaves, and once again becomes a naked hand." "43. For a sign of you I search in all the others, in the rough, undulating river of women, braids, eyes barely submerged, clear feet that slip navigating in the foam. Suddenly I think that I discern your fingernails, oblong, fugitive, nieces of a cherry tree. And again it is your hair that passes, and I think I see your bonfire portrait burning in the water. I looked, but none held your heartbeat, your light, the dark clay you brought from the forest. None had your tiny ears. You are total and brief, from all you are one, and this way with you I go wandering and loving a wide Mississippi with a feminine mouth. "44. You will know that I don't love you and that I love you, given that life is made of two ways. The word is one wing of silence, half of fire is cold. I love you in order to begin loving you, to start infinity again and never to stop loving you. That is why I do not love you yet. I love you and do not love you as if I had in my hands the key of joy and a wretched, uncertain fate. My love has two lives to love you. That is why I love you when I don't love you, and that is why I love you when I do." 45. Don't be far from me a single day, because how, why, I don't know how to say it. The day is long, and I will be awaiting you, as in the stations when trains fell asleep somewhere else. Don't go for 1 hour, because in that hour the drops of sleeplessness are joined, and maybe all the smoke that is searching for a home will come to kill my lost heart. Oh, may your silhouette not be broken in the sand. Oh, may your eyelids not fly in the absence. Do not go for 1 minute, beloved, because in that minute you will have gone so far that I will cross all the earth asking if you will return or if you will leave me dying. "46. From the stars I admired, made wet by different rivers and dews, but the one I did not choose I loved, and since then I sleep with the night. From the wave, a wave and another, green sea, green cold, green branch, I did not choose but one solid wave, the indivisible wave of your body. All the drops, all the roots, all the threads of the light came to see me sooner or later. I wanted for myself your hair, and from all the graces of my homeland I chose only your savage heart." "60. You are wounded by that one who wished to harm me, and the blow of the poison directed against me passes as if through a net between my works, and leaves in you a stain of oxide and sleeplessness. I do not wish, my love, to see the hatred that stalks me crossing upon the flowery moon of your forehead. I do not wish to see people's rancor leaving in your sleep its useless crown of knives. Where I go, bitter steps follow behind. Where I laugh, a grimace of horror copies my face. Where I sing, envy curses, laughs, and gnaws. And that, my love, the shadow life has given me, is an empty suit that follows me limping like a scarecrow with a bloody smile. "65. Matilda, where are you? I noticed downwards under my necktie, above my heart, a certain melancholy between my ribs. It was that you suddenly were absent. I missed the light of your energy, and I looked about, devouring hope. I looked at the emptiness that is a house without you. Nothing is left but tragic windows. Taciturn, the roof listens to the falling of ancient leafless rains, feathers, that which the night imprisoned. And thus I await you like a lonely house, and you will return to see me and inhabit me. Otherwise my windows ache." "66. I do not love you except because I love you, and from loving you to not loving you I arrive, and from awaiting you when I am not awaiting you, my heart passes from the cold into fire. I love you only because it is you I love. I hate you without end, and hating you I beg you, and the measure of my wandering love is not to see you and to love you like a blind man. Perhaps the light of January shall consume its cruel beam my entire heart, robbing me of the key to peacefulness. In this story it is only me that dies, and I will die of love because I love you, because I love you, love, through blood and fire. '81. You are already mine. Rest with your dream in my dream. Love, sorrow, chores must sleep now. The night turns on its invisible wheels, and next to me you are pure like sleeping amber. No other one, love, will sleep with my dreams. You will go, we will go together through the waters of time. No other one will travel through the shadows with me, only you, ever alive, ever sun, ever moon. Already your hands opened delicate fists and dropped soft signs without direction. Your eyes closed like two gray wings, while I follow the water that you carry and that carries me. The night, the world, the wind spin their destiny, and now I am nothing without you but your dream. '90. I thought of dying, I felt the cold close by, and of everything I lived I left you only. My terrestrial day and night were your mouth, and your skin the republic founded by my kisses. In that instant books were finished, friendship, the treasures accumulated without rest, the transparent house that you and I built. Everything ceased to be, except your eyes. Because love, while life pursues us, it is simply a tall wave above the waves. But oh, when death comes to knock on the door, there is only your glance for so much emptiness, only your clarity to cease being, only your love to close the darkness.